Welcome back to Top of Gear. Oh, it's hot today. It's about 11:30 in the morning and it's already, well, I'll show you. Woo! Look at there. Get it! That's hot. Just that sun just hurts. Today I got an idea about a video, guys. I am going to show you how I like to transport equipment. Mowers, tractors, zero turns, whatever it is. I want to show you how I strap things down because that's very dangerous. You don't want your equipment to become a projectile, and you don't want it to get damaged, especially customer stuff. Let's go out here and take a gander. Woo! Get out of that garage. You can't hear myself because of the fans. All right, guys, this is just a regular old normal garden tractor, and we are going to strap this sucker down. What I like to do is put two straps on it, one in the front and one in the back, and have them oppose. This one will pull forward and that one will pull backwards. I don't just run a tractor up here and just cram it into the front of the trailer. I don't do that. I like to leave a good foot or two distance here. I see so many people do that, but in a pinch, you could run it up to the front of the trailer and put one strap pulling in the same direction. In a pinch you can do that, but I like to leave it completely in the middle and just put two straps. Or if you had to, you could put two straps pulling towards the center of the tractor, if that's the only way you can do it. But you want them opposing each other because you don't want this thing to move. Whether you get T-boned, you have to stop fast, you get hit in the rear, you're going to lose your tractor. And hopefully it's not something that belongs to somebody else, because you're going to be buying them a new one. Or maybe the insurance will. But let's see, I'm going to set the camera up right here and I'm going to show you how I like to strap it down. Let's do it. Oh, let's see. I always like to go around the front wheel axle little spindle. That's all I like. So what I do is get the old strap. Strap like that, and I'll just hook it right around. Yep, I'll just hook it right around the old axle right there. Yep. And then what I'll do, I do this every single time. I was towing my big 48 Z Master last year, and I went up the street one single mile just to cut a yard. When I got back to the house, it's a straight shot, no turns, no lights or nothing. And that tractor had crapped all the way to the back gate. And you know, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. You got to secure your equipment, because the police love giving people tickets. Even if they don't see you, if there's an incident and he'll see that you didn't have it strapped down, he'll ticket you for it. And if cutting grass is your livelihood, man, you got to protect your stuff. And you got to protect the folks around you too. You don't want no 1,500-pound lawnmower go flying if you had to take it to the ditch or something. Because in an accident, even a rollover accident, you want that mower or whatever it is you're towing strapped down. You want it to stay with and on the trailer. God forbid. But, oh, there's the train. I'll be right back, guys. I got to go down here to the tracks, meet that train. He's got my pallet of parts and supplies for the summer. Be right back. Okay, on the back, what I like to do, same principle. See, I'm not going to hook it to this attachment right here. It's not secured to the tractor. You can't bed on it, do you? So just find yourself somewhere solid. Where's a good solid place? Just somewhere solid. See, it don't take. See, this thing ain't secure. It just sticks over that. So what you can do here also, we'll see, yeah, you got a big bolt right there. So what I'll do is go to the end of his trailer hitch. These tractors are very light, man. They will go flying. In the case of an accident, I've seen it so many times. Got to strap it on properly. That trailer hitch hole ain't big enough to stick both hooks in, so I'll just hook one to the other. Well, I did it wrong. Let me redo this. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's see. Put that one there. Put that one there. Yeah. Pull it pretty tight, and you want to, when you twist this, you want to make sure it's got enough revolutions where this strap won't pull out of that slot. Money. And then I can see the tractor being pulled down because you want the straps to pull back and down. Same with the front. Same with the front. And that is a good strap down tractor. Now these, a lot of Huskies, Cubs, John Deere's, it's got the plastic hood. I will never tow them facing backwards because all it's going to take is one good gust of wind to grab that hood, and it will absolutely shatter that hood, and that hood will cost more than this tractor is worth. And that's something else you got to consider. This hood right here's got this piece of plastic. Let it close. And I always take the key out because the key, 99% of the time when you get to your customer's house or wherever you're going, the key will be gone. It's going to bounce out. So I'll just take it and just leave it right there. And I always stick the customer's invoice under that little flap. And I always take all the parts like blades and air filters and whatever I take off the tractor and replace, I always bag it up, take it with you, show the customer, you know, just have it with you so you can explain to them what you've done. Let's see, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, if you're going pretty fast and you hit railroad tracks, a big speed bump, a pothole, it ain't gonna take nothing for this thing to bounce out. Even if it don't bounce out, it'll bounce around and damage. So, all right, I'm gonna get this thing delivered and I'm gonna load up a couple other different kinds of pieces of equipment. Zero turns, walk behinds, and I'm gonna show you how I strap those down too. So let's go get this thing delivered, get back. I'll unpallet that box of supplies I got off the train a second ago. So, oh, y'all hang with. All right, the next thing I'm gonna strap down is 48 Skag walk behind mower. There's really no good places to grab. You don't wanna grab that. You don't wanna do the deck, and you don't wanna just hook it around the spindle because that thing will spin. So what I do is I just run around the main part of the shaft over there and right there, just hook it back in itself, hook it up to down like that. That way it won't fall off, it'll tend to stay, and just give it a little snug like that. And then what I do is I take the excess, there's always a lot of excess on the front strap, and just go around and do a simple little knot. Not real tight because it'll be kind of tough to get apart. And on the back, there's a good place on the back. Don't go around the sulky. What I found was a good solid part of the frame right there. Just make sure there's nothing behind it. Like you're real close to that fan right there. Try not to hook anything like this brake lever, anything you bend, wire connections. Then I just go around the trailer like this. I go behind this vertical because that way it'll want to pull the mower back like that. If you had this up here, it'll just want to do that when you tighten it. But since it's behind that vertical. But it only takes about 2 minutes to properly strap down a piece of equipment. And I guess I'm just OCD. You know, for many years I've delivered backhoes and asphalt rollers, trenchers, bobcats, skid steers, everything like that. And I've seen a lot of accidents, man. Let's see. All you want to do, pull the slack. Look at that, the whole tractor's being pulled down and away, oppose. And look at that, this thing is not going anywhere. I could roll this trailer over right now or get T-boned, and this lawnmower is not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. So I'm gonna show you how I strap down my Z Master 2. Man, it's getting hot out here. Good God. And that's what you want right there, man. That is what you want. And also on my trailer, when I hook my trailer, it's just me. I will take the safety chains right there, and I've got a little piece of baling wire. I like to go around it, just 2 little twists of the baling wire, and that way your safety chain ain't going to bounce off. And then you want to cross your safety chains, because if this coupler comes disconnected, it won't dig into the ground. This X, the way you done your safety chains, will actually catch the tongue the entire weight of the trailer and hold it off the road. Trust me, you'll know when it comes off. And of course, make sure your lights are always good. And that's how I like to strap it down. Let me get this thing off and I'll show you how I strap down my Z Master. Now my Z Master, sometimes I'll just pull it on forward because I don't have more than a mile to go. But if I was going any distance, I would turn it around and back it on the trailer. That'll tend not to want to fall backwards with you if you got a steep incline. But when you back it on, of course, you're putting most of the weight towards the front of the trailer. And you'll see the rear end of your vehicle go down, which is going to make your steering very, very light. In case you go around a curve, your front wheels will have a tendency to want to skid if you've got too much tongue weight. And if you have negative tongue weight, if you don't have enough tongue weight, if you've got the heaviest part to the back of the trailer, it'll pick your rear end up. And going around a curve or a fast stop, your back tires can come off the ground and make you spin out and jackknife and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, but you know, these mowers I delivered, they're not heavy, but you know, if you were, you know, carrying a 25,000 pound skid steer, backhoe, whatever, yeah, very important. And always make sure the vehicle is capable of towing such weight. I remember a guy had a Dodge Dakota years ago when they first come out. He insisted that his truck could pull that Ford 555 backhoe, big backhoe. I'm like, you crazy as hell. I will pull it. I said, yeah, you'll pull it, but you ain't gonna stop it. So let me get this thing off and I'll show you my Z Master. And it is the same way with this one. This one's got some handy dandy little holes right there in this very solid part of the main frame. It just goes around, pulls it towards the front. I mean, this one I could, like I said, if I was going any kind of distance, I would back it on, put a little more weight. But it's sitting pretty level. You can look at your vehicle and tell. And then when I went around the back, the same way, you're just pulling it down and back. And I found a good place right there on the main chassis, right there on the main frame, little hole. And on this side, the same way. Nice hole right there. I'll get the sign off of it. But be careful, because you can catch that PTO clutch wire right there and you can really mash it and damage that wire. So just make sure there's nothing in that hole you're grabbing, not knowing. But I am far from being a professional lawn care guy. When I use this thing, man, seatbelt on and the roll bar is up. It's the same purpose with towing it. You want the thing to stay on the trailer where it is. And for me, when I'm on this machine, I like to stay on it in case of a rollover. But I've seen some horror stories there too. But that's just me. Well guys, thanks for watching my video. I wanted to do a video on how I strap things down and how I tow, my thoughts on towing. I was taught at a young age by my supervisors at the equipment shop. I was a heavy equipment mechanic back in the early 90s. In that building right over there. And that's when I bought this house when it came up for sale in 99. But maybe I'm just OCD, but like I said, it takes 2 minutes to strap something down and you never have to worry about it. You know, it's not fair to somebody else in traffic if you take a curve or get hit and your lawnmower lands in their lap in traffic next to you. You know, that's just dangerous. Whew. Thanks for watching the video, boys and girls. men and women, remember to love each other unconditionally, unless I do something to you. And I will catch you guys on the next video.